Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Appreciate you. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to check in. So over the last few days, some of you guys have been telling me to check out this video. Actually, I want to say prior to this video coming out, I found out that quite a few of you guys have been telling me to talk about this person who I've never heard of this guy before until recently. It seems like content that it does pretty well. 2 million, 1.4, 2.1. I don't know what to think of these thumbnails. I'm clearly not the target audience. When I see this, I'm like, yeah, this is clearly not for people in their early 20s. So clearly not for me. But apparently we got ourselves a huge creep, allegedly. And I know some of you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing the word allegedly. Not only for me, but pretty much everyone. And that is because of the whole Mr. Beast drama. So this YouTuber who goes by Toastify made a video regarding Weegeepie. I've reacted to this guy's content before. I think it's pretty good. And in case you guys want to see the full one, it'll be linked below. But before we do that, I very briefly want to take a look at what kind of content this guy actually does, because I have no idea and I can't tell based on these thumbnails. And of course, he was a Minecraft YouTuber. Everything's starting to make sense now. This has to be good, right? Let's check it out.
Does it just, whoa! The power of Satan, I mean Jesus.
Is this PewDiePie? This is literally PewDiePie in like 2013. So yeah, he just roleplays as Luigi, acts like him, talks like him, plays games as if he was Luigi. Very interesting. Alright, I have no idea what the fuck this was. As someone who is not a fan of ADHD editing, this pisses me off. I just want to show you some of his content. Complete brain rot, and I know that's rich coming from a commentary channel, a slop channel. I know, ironic. Let's just get into the allegations against Weegeepie, and let's see if this guy is as degenerate as some of you guys have been telling me he is.
In May of 2024, a document numbering well over 100 pages was published, making serious allegations of grooming, pedophilia, and other acts of sexual deviance. It was the culmination of a concerted effort to expose disgusting behaviour that has been supposedly going on for 5 years, and its subject is Weegeepie, or Lucas, a French YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers. It's startling how someone who just started out reposting clips from the SMG4 animated series ended up riding the wave, taking one idea of Luigi playing games from a video 11 years ago and copying the entire style over and over again to make videos with tens of millions of views and, until recently, a loyal and consistent fanbase.
I mean, the fact that he's been able to do this consistently for what, 4, 5, 6 years and still get pretty good views is insane to me. But the fact that someone was able to do the same thing over and over again for 5 to 6 years, I don't think I've ever seen anyone go as long as they have with this. We all know as time goes on, you gotta change, you gotta evolve or fall off. Each and every single content creator has gone through that phase. I've gone through it before, and I feel like change is coming. You gotta evolve with the times. But this guy somehow managed to do the same thing over and over. Jesus, look at this. For the last 6 years.
And Weegeepie's attempts to bury the story by responding on an obscure second channel or banning people who call him a pedo in his comments don't make him look better. And that's probably because even he knows how degenerate, sick, and manipulative his own words make him look. His first documented relationship began in 2019 when he was 14 dating another 14-year-old girl. In 2021, when they were both 16, Lucas's first documented predatory action was committed, allegedly bragging about getting nudes from a 12-year-old girl. The messages are in French but have been translated. She's so hot. She's not 12 years old, it's impossible. What the It's the first time I sent my d to someone else than you. Wait, but finally someone that goes further. This lines up with a 12-year-old girl who spoke out about Weegeepie back in late 2021, showing messages discussing sexual diseases, soliciting nudes, and just straight up sexting. And you gotta remember, 2021 was Weegeepie's peak. This is the time when he was getting his most viewed videos. His responses to this being exposed at the time were shrugging off the situation, threatening legal action against a 12-year-old, and eventually enlisting someone to manipulate this girl into a false confession.
Now, I'm someone that says, I don't care what you guys do. You can be a furry, you can be a whatever. As long as it's legal, I really don't care. If you both consent and it's legal in your city or your country and it's also legal for the other person, I don't care. Do whatever you guys want. As long as it's legal and you're not hurting anyone, go ahead. But that's when I raise my hand and I wiggle my finger. In my opinion, it's extremely weird, and I fail to see why a 16-year-old guy, allegedly, is flirting and talking this crazy with a 12-year-old girl. The Akon song, Locked Up, I gotta, nah, that should be playing right this second.
Boy, you about to get locked up, they won't let you out. They won't let you out.
I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt once. I always say this, by the way. I don't think one mistake defines your whole online existence, but if it's something that you're constantly doing over and over and over and over again, at that point, you deserve to get your career nuked. And the fact that this wasn't a one-time thing is something that makes me absolutely sick. What was I doing when I was 12? I was probably playing Black Ops 1 and trying not to cry and be scared for my life, opening the zombies menu. That's what I was doing when I was 12. I clearly wasn't the brightest, still not, but I can't imagine any 16-year-old guy who's much more advanced than me flirting with me, sexting.
Tell him you faked it. If you don't tell him you faked it, this is going to go really bad. I beg you to tell him before it's too late. This is very important. You have to tell him before something very bad happens for me. If you don't tell him, I'll never forgive you. Please tell him. Tell him it was fake. Tell him you made it up because you were angry. Please. But I would call myself a liar. I told him everything. I don't know what to do. Then he'll tell me why I'm defending you. Would you rather call yourself a liar without any consequences, or not call yourself a liar and make me in huge trouble? If he asks you why you're defending me, just tell him you are angry, and that you faked it, and that you feel sorry about it because I was nice to you always. Hey Weegie, I already solved your problem, hehe. Thanks. Now don't add her on this account. While some may try and point out that Weegeepie and this individual were both minors at the time, a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old sexting is pretty unacceptable regardless of whatever legal things are put in place. Lucas may not have been an adult yet, but the maturity difference between these two is so significant.
Like, you cannot compare the mental capacity of a 12-year-old to a 16-year-old. And I know someone's gonna leave a comment being like, yo, Sens, are you being kind of a hypocrite out here? Because you just said as long as it's legal, it really doesn't matter. And as long as you're not harming anyone. Yes, I said that, and that is exactly what I'm referring to. Once again, as long as you're not harming anyone. You cannot compare the mental capacity of a 12-year-old versus a 16-year-old. Like, there is a pretty big difference. It's not like the gap between 16 to 17 to 18, because it's pretty much the same thing. You don't really change a lot between 16 to 17, nor do you really change a lot from 17 to 18. It's not like this huge awakening, but 12 to 16 is a pretty big difference, in my opinion. Like 17, 18, it's not like a crazy change. But yeah, 12 to 16, that's 4 years. One of them is still literally barely entering teens, scratching the surface, and the other one is almost on their way out. So there is a pretty big difference between a 12-year-old mentally and a 16-year-old mentally. It'd be different if the girl was, you know, 15, 16. Yeah, kind of concerning.
Considering that at the time, Lucas had already lost his virginity, which leads me back to Lucas's IRL ex and the next situation. According to this screenshot in 2021, Lucas bragged to another individual about having video recordings of doing sexual acts with his girlfriend when they were both 14. In another screenshot he said, I don't know why I care, I still call BS. I have proof, not sure you want to see that though. What type of proof would you have that isn't considered child? Nothing. Lucas's ex would also get into contact with the creator of the document and confirm that this happened, even stating that they still had the clothes that they wore during the incident.
To me, this sounds like someone who grew up with no love. They just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted. To me, this just sounds like a degenerate freak. Yeah, I mean, bragging about losing your virginity, was it 14 or 15? That's already pretty weird in my opinion. I was not 14 when I lost my virginity. In fact, it hasn't happened yet. So for the love of God, there was over 100 pages exposing this guy. Do you know how much shit you need to do in order to feel 100 pages of allegations towards you? That's P. Diddy levels, alright? That's R. Kelly levels.
And again, it's pretty apparent that this isn't normal. The idea of losing your virginity at 14 and recording it is pretty awful, because being introduced to something like that and having an archive for it that you can look back on any time will have an insane psychological effect on someone growing up. Sometime after Lucas and his ex broke up, Lucas began trying to get in contact with 2 more girls. At this point he had turned 17 years old, whilst both these girls were 14. Lucas's ex tried to get into contact with these girls and warn them of what they were falling victim to, but soon became the victim of a threat from Lucas himself. DMs with one of the girls, he would add on and say this: What is she saying? I'm gonna kill her. That's the ex I was talking about. I'm genuinely gonna kill her. Excuse me, are you doubting me now? At this point, I'm just gonna put her to the hospital and end my life afterwards. I can't believe she had the audacity to say that. She's the one that kept doing to me and driving me insane, while I was too kind to literally forgive her every time and not do anything about it. And she dares it was me? I'm this close to going to her house to beat the out of her.
Damn, this guy's going full Alex. Now, I get having mental breakdowns. Trust me, I do. But in this situation, if you're in the wrong, it's absolutely not valid. And the classic, thanks to you, I'm going to end my life. Okay, go crazy. Do a flip for me on your way down. Am I supposed to care? Am I supposed to feel bad? And guys, we have barely scratched the surface.
In late October of 2022, Weegeepie began dating another girl, this time another 14-year-old whilst he was 17. Again, whilst the age gap on its own could be debated as not being predatory, Weegeepie's history of interactions with minors makes that less believable. In their 2-month relationship, the 14-year-old stated that she was uncomfortable with Lucas's behaviour, and he would send her audio of him moaning. She said, "When we talked on Instagram, it's like his personality completely changed. He wasn't sweet, but became really bold. We used to sext. I was fine about it because I thought we're far away and can't physically do anything to me. But sometimes things got a little uncomfortable. Like he told me to masturbate over his pics, told me to moan for him, called me mommy so I moaned for him, and when I refused, he moaned for me."
I don't care if he's innocent and it's legal. Lock this guy up. Lock him up. Calling a 14-year-old mommy? I feel gross saying this, but you asking them to moan for you, and then when they don't do it, you do it for them. I don't care what this guy did. He could be innocent, but just for this, give him 20 years.
On some occasions, Lucas would beg this girl to take pictures of herself for him, and when she refused, he again threatened to off himself. The girl's limit was reached when he began sending pictures of himself half naked, as well as a picture of his penis and more voice messages of him moaning, and she would cut him off in December 2022. I was drawing and he sent me a message on Instagram and told me he wanted to send me pictures or nudes, and I refused, but after like 30 minutes, I checked Instagram again and he sent me 2 pictures and 1 voice message. The first picture was him sitting on his chair, only thighs part, with only underwear. The second picture was just blurry dark pink, and the voice message was noises of him getting off. I was super scared, and without hesitation, I deleted the whole conversation and blocked him on Instagram. Weegeepie's next relationship would be one of the most depraved actions he's ever done. After breaking up in late 2022, Weegeepie's next relationship was with a girl that he had met via Roblox, and
nah.
Boy, you about to get locked up.
It just keeps happening, and at some point, you just can't defend it anymore. I'm gonna say this. If you meet your girlfriend on Roblox, I'm assuming, I think he's 18 here. Fact that he met his girlfriend or a love interest in Roblox tells you everything you need to know.
And soon solicited nudes from. It was initially presumed that she was 15 years old, but a handful of Weegeepie's friends soon found out that she was not 15, but had actually just turned 13, having been 12 years old when they first met. You know, if you keep talking with her, it'll come right back at your face, especially if it's with someone you had a relationship with. She's 13, she's too young. Really, leave her, you're putting yourself into Don't ignore me, I'm serious. I'm not ignoring you. What do you want me to tell you? Duh, nothing. Just stop talking with a 13-year-old kid that sent you nudes. Now, any normal person who realized that someone had lied about their age and that they were actually much younger than previously thought would immediately cut them off, especially if they're a 13-year-old who sent you nudes.
But if someone lied about their age and you didn't know, I'll give you a pass on that, because if they lied about their age, you should also be responsible for getting you in trouble if they plan to exposing you. If they said they were, I don't know, whatever the legal age is in your country, if they said, I'm 16 and it turns out they're 13, the girl or the guy, whoever faked their age, they're as guilty as the guy, because how was the other guy supposed to know? But if they lied about their age and then someone tells you and they warn you, yo, you should probably chill out, her real age is 13. If that's a situation and you've been informed and you continue to engage with it, in my opinion, I don't think I could defend that. Like, if you didn't know, that's completely fine. People lie about their age, unfortunately, all of the time. This kind of takes me back to the whole Cody Co situation. He thought, Tana was 18, and then Gabby Hanna told him, no, she's 16, 17, I know she looks older, but, I'm giving you a heads up. So Cody was informed, allegedly. He knew, and he still went right ahead and did it. It will be a completely different story if Tana told Cody, yo, I'm 18 years old, and he didn't know, and, what happened. But he knew, and in this situation, Weegeepie also knew. At first he didn't, but now he knew, and then he continued to engage with her. Extremely hard to defend.
He made it seem as if he had broken up with this girl and cut her off, but in reality he kept dating her for over a year. You can see this message here where he feigns cutting her off on the 12th of December 2022, and yet just a few hours later you can see flirty messages and images of toys. Now, there is some confusion about the girl's age because the screenshots we have are definitive proof that Weegeepie knew she was 13, but she states that she had just turned 12 when they started dating, but with nothing to back it up considering Weegeepie deleted all his DMs with her. For the sake of safety, we're going to go with the age that Weegeepie absolutely knows because we have proof for it, but I think it's worth mentioning. Weegeepie, for most of his relationship, was 18, dating and sexting a 13-year-old. What the f***? Bye, good girl. Don't daddy makes me want to stay even longer. Princess, good girl. According to the girl and the DMs, he also received nudes from this 13-year-old and seemingly kept them despite knowing her age, as well as sending nudes of himself. So he sent Weegeepie nudes and he kept them. My question is, did he say that he got after them? Yes. He literally did it on call with his whimpers. Oh, he has my nudes too. Yeah. No, like on the files. With my nudes, I saw a girl that wasn't me. But of course, it gets even worse. During one conversation in late December 2022, Lucas makes an explicit expression to meet up in real life with this 13-year-old and do sexual acts with her. Do it and keep on going until your arm hurts. I want to do it with you. I can't call, baby. I'm sorry, I can't. Rip. I can't. What? I love you so much. Me too. I just want you. Come here, babe. I can't. Soon, don't worry. No, explain. I want to live with you. Well, me too. I asked 2 months ago, you said you can't. I can't though. I'm so confused. Well, I don't know. See? Nothing. Just come here, I don't know. I hate it here, I can't, I love you. But you're coming in a month. Maybe. What do you mean, maybe? I'm sorry, I love you so much. It's hard for me. At one point, Lucas, the 18-year-old, allegedly sent her a hotel for them to meet up at. Was that him telling you to go there if you were to go to him? Yeah. She also says, he wanted to babysit me. Ew, what the f***? Like, cause I would've gone with my dad. Like, he planned it all out.
Yeah. All jokes aside, lock this guy up. Call the policia. If you thought 12 and 16 was bad, wait until you hear about 12 and 18. I wish you guys could see my face right now. This is literally my expression. Jesus, not only was he flirting, sending inappropriate pictures, received inappropriate pictures, he also allegedly planned on meeting up with the minor. When you get to the point of trying to meet up with someone who's 12, 13 years old and you're 18 and you're sending hotels and then you say disgusting, creepy shit like, I want to babysit you. Once you start doing that, if it's real, wrap it up, get Chris Hansen on the phone. It's time for you to go to jail. But with that said, what do you guys think of this situation? If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, share. And like I said at the start, this video will be linked below in case you guys want to learn even more about it. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next time, alright? Peace out. Subscribe or I'm going to be extremely sad.